What's up? My name is Ken Dumbo, the MC with the sauce. Don't forget to subscribe to J. Cool.
To say that the UPND has completely failed and have not done a single thing in the past 3 years is a lie. And here is how I rate some of the things that have been achieved under the UPND government. Number 1, free education. If the Bemba saying that goes like as we speak, the free education achievement by the UPND, you can't debate any matter with them. They'll just tell you, but there is free education. The honest truth is that is a score. I personally want to appreciate the new Dawn government for bringing in free education from grade 1 to grade 12 in all government schools. This has allowed children that could not go in these schools because their parents could not afford to pay to now at least attain some level of education. Sitikana with the coming of the free education, taonakuti numbers ya paka muma school mubana bankara 88 muma classes 70 and obviously the quality of education has gone a bit low, and that is something that the UPND can work on. But we shouldn't scrap it off and say, hey, there is no achievement there unless it's a person to opunzira. And it's from life marco. But those that have actually gotten the benefits of school will say on that one UPND has scored. Obviously, we need to ask for more things to be done in terms of building schools, more teachers to be recruited, and let's revive most of schools in the rural areas. Namazina tichinjeko ya maskuru mwandini yenangu siapa sana motivation mwe. But that is one of the things that I can say the UPND has achieved in the past 3 years, free education. Number 2, the increment of constituency development fund from 1.5 million kwacha to now over 30 million kwacha per constituency. That is a bravo. I never saw it coming. We actually got shocked when we heard that such kind of things could be done in this Republic of Zambia. And I don't understand how in the past 1.5 million seemed to be a lot for all the constituencies. But with the coming of the UPND, we have seen an increase in the allocation of CDF for every constituency. And one thing that I love about this CDF is that it is not limited to which constituency supports the party in power. We have seen developmental projects in almost all the constituencies. At least there is something going on. But also, there is something that has to be done. Mr. President and people in charge of this CDF, I think 30 million in Yambiri Maningi. But in some constituencies, I don't know what can be done, but let's ensure that these monies are put to good use. We appreciate that some of our brothers and sisters are now able to attain some trade, some crafts through these CDF bursaries. But also when it comes to buildings, it's just a request. Ma building yamu kolonyo yamwa Welensky tenti ya CM tenti amekumanga ko tuma upstairs bana wa mulungu. Land is finishing. Tikamba kungo manga midadadada hizi kusogola that's supposed to expand my projects yena. Can we start going up? Let's utilize the sky. There is a lot of plots kumwamba mwamba go, but the problem timanga ameni yamu kolonyo, timanga ameni yamu Welensky, they are not helping. But we still emphasize the need to do projects as planned. And please tikafunza abantu amakama kuti izindalama zilichabepa paper. More reality, sizi choka. Let's loosen up. Mwamene izindalama zingachokere, Mr. President. Na ishamene tiliko in charge. Tisambeleka so, nindalama zaziko hizi. Let's develop our country. Infrastructure-wise, we need to develop our countries. For the first time I was in Nakonde, I'll be very honest, I was not happy with what I saw. The road there is bad, and with the money that comes through that border and most of the border towns, I think we can do better. Let's develop those border towns. It is the only way we are going to attract investment. Not to invest angenera ku border road yango pesa mapocho, not na mapocho. Izija ni god. Let's improve our road network. Let's improve our infrastructure from the CDF that is allocated to my constituencies, and let's be generous to give even to people that do not support our political ideologies. This money is not just for political party cadres. It is for everyone. So even petty pasa to my grantee, petty pasa go to my child. Let's give everyone, because at the end of the day, they also contribute to tax. Number 3, reinstatement of meal allowances for students at the University of Zambia and the Copper Belt University. To be honest with you, some of us have never been to the University of Zambia, we've never been to the Copper Belt University, but we have at least been there to visit some of our friends, and we understand how much of an inconvenience the scrapping off of meal allowances was for the students themselves, and how much of a burden it was to the parents. And to hear UPND reinstating these meal allowances as per their promise, it was a good thing. We are grateful for what you did. My only request is that can we find a way of extending these allowances to other government-owned universities and colleges. Let's not just limit it to the University of Zambia and the Copper Belt University. The honest truth is, yes, there was a time when people with high marks would go to the University of Zambia and the Copper Belt University, but not anymore. Even in these just the ordinary colleges, in short, we have people that have gotten my 6 points, we have people that have gotten my 8 points, my 7 points, and I feel like they deserve something new. We can't all go to the University of Zambia. But I'll tell you the honest truth. When you go in most of these companies and institutions, people that do the most work are not even just students from the University of Zambia and the Copper Belt University. Most of them come from these same colleges. They are the ones that do the most. And it is unfair. These people have to find a way of taking themselves to school. And the moment they fail to pay their tuition, then they are cut off. It is a bit unfair. I urge and ask the government to find a way of increasing allocations of these bursaries and, funds to just help other students, vulnerable students. And change is just up they can afford. But to affect vulnerable. Now, sembe mulungu, ama paya mwana akalembesa kuti ali vulnerable kumasu. Sembe na ministers benango kwa munafa kudala. Kizitasha kuti mulungu zama vitenga serious vinango vaneti machiti. Because we have seen people that are not vulnerable. Yes, they got good grades, but they are not vulnerable. But 100% bursary. Anga lilapo chani ngatanga kwani kulipira. Wamena akangiwa kulipira ali truly vulnerable. Saenda kuma school. So I feel it is a good idea. We are grateful, but let's also extend these privileges to even students in these other schools. Otherwise, on that score, bravo UPND. Bravo. Number 4, the ending of Cadresism. To be honest with you, yes, we can say the levels of Cadresism have reduced. But to say it is completely done, there are no cadres. Nishapotizi chafinga chabe. The honest truth is we have cadres out there. And they are threatening people. Some of them are beating people. Some of them are grabbing marketplaces, trading places for some marketeers. Businesses. Yes, the thuggery is not as it was in the past. But there are still some few elements that are threatening people. Baba poka maploti, baba poka ma trading places, which I feel is not what you promised us. So let's not comfort ourselves with the lie that Cadresism inasiri that. Yes, inashtako reduce. But you see, reducing and ending are two different things. When you say you ended, it is just all good. But I'll be very honest with you right now. And then drama is over Nadia, and now there is a confusion. And I don't want to say a lot of things on that particular one. We move on to number 5. Number 5, partial withdrawal. 20%. Kaja muna sevenza. Simuza chevene muna chita. Kaja muna sevenza dadi. Lekani kupasa ni nangu kwanja. That one worked. Most of our grandparents, most of our uncles, most of our aunties, most of our brothers and sisters at least managed to enjoy Kanapsa Cup. Banashta enjoy Mandini. The only problem that we've observed, Daddy, is that the people that are in charge of ensuring that our employers, yes, not employees, the people that are in charge of ensuring that our employers remit what they're supposed to remit, kumanapsa, kumazedara and stuff, I think they are not doing a good job. It was very shameful to learn that some of our friends could not even get something because at a point when they thought the company was remitting, you can imagine mundu anasebenza 20 years. It was very unfair. So we are kindly begging that please ensure that my employers have remit to something. It is very unfair mundu ufuni kufola hapa ni 5 pini. Ukabula waifola yebole fika mu 35. Bakuna manama wenye no tinalipira taxi, talipira ZRA, talipira nima, fatukabwa waenda kujapesa tukulipireto. It's very unfair. Now, naturally Zambians, we fear to lose jobs. Okay, so we depend on government institutions to help us ensure that the people that are supposed to remit our monies remit so that we benefit as workers. But as things stand, those things are not happening. And some people kunali kupeza kama mistake kukwamene kumanapsa upeza kuti NRC yako mpali muntu winangwa apeza kapo ganji ni NRC yanga ni. So some of our friends have not even gotten that money, but we can't say people did not enjoy that one. They enjoyed, and we can only say thank you so much and bravo to the United Party for National Development. Number 6, employing or recruiting of civil servants. Okay, mandi niyo ushitasha mwana wa inswa. tingadandauleko kuti vintu siviri moshe bakati abati kulovesa mwandini mwalovesa. Mwalovesa. Nikuti kwa mne simunalovese. Ku teaching mwalovesa. Ku nursing mwalovesa. Ma doctor mwalovesa. Kuma immigration mwalovesa. Kuma ZNS mwalovesa. Kuma soda mwalovesa. Kuma polisi kusiko kamba mwandinde kanititashe mwe. We can't run away from the fact that bantu bamne bafuna kusenza muboma ni bambiri. Come as things may have it, not everyone in this country can be employed by the government. Yeah, on that one, we understand. But we can't run away from the fact that you have tried the best you can to just employ civil servants. On that one, Mandina, I give you a plus. Mulungaziku darisani. Koma tipe mpako, pamene muchita employ aba bantu, make sure kuti vintu vinangu vili in place. We can't have my announcements before things are ready. Yes, it is good for people to appreciate us, but I mean, it backfires when the people that we have promised to have employed are not employed and getting their money. We have heard of a few complaints in some sectors. Kuti bantu muchoya mwe banangenera kandalama kawo bakalibo fola. Venangu mu companies mu boma siba fola. Yes, there is news out there kuti you have to date with payments, but the honest truth is that kwinangu kusiba fola. Kuma national housing uku tamvera kuti bantu venangu siba fola. Even just amongst the teachers aba maneses venangu tuma housing allowance bakalibo tenga. So it paints another bad picture. Yes, people are in employment, but it should reflect that they are in employment by something kungena. But we want to appreciate you. Kuti hao mwandini kungenesa kweve. Mwangenesa. Semeni susu beri hapa simetika makuti hivi kapa orgasm. Number 6, 7 na ibara nakupenda, but tuma salary increment tuma civil servants na toleka kiti kutachen. You see, pamene economy ienda ikwera. Nakatumba kashite munga kakwera. There is no way we can have the economy there, but salary kali hapa. Here pressure mwandi numakombo numunikulu iliko. Kaili boma si kwanisa kumangira manyumba ya mawekazi bose. So wenango renting. And landlord sama chita understand kama kuti kandalama kamne ni fola nikangona. So when we hear that the government has increased, chimati pasako hope kuti we shall survive. And we want to appreciate you that on a few occasions, yes, we have heard that you have increased my salaries, yama civil servants, which is a plus. Working for the government is kuoneka monga ni part-time job. People should enjoy working in the government. And people should admire the way we used to admire me. I would love to just work, Pastor. I would love to just work in government. People should have, chirakola ko chosenza muboma. And what is the motivation factor? Money. We can't run away from the fact that money, doesn't matter which angle you look at it from, money is the motivation factor for a lot of things. And we want to say thank you so much that you are trying to motivate most of the workers out there. I've said a lot of things that you've achieved as the UPND. Let me just say a few things that you can work on, and I hope that I'll not injure you. This is basically my opinion. Number 1, in the fight against corruption, you need to not only say you are fighting corruption, but mean it. Kumbuyo kutali kumvera kuti PF is corrupt. We were hoping that the story is going to end under the New Dawn government, but the same story has continued. I don't know where we are doing it wrong, but I want to ask that let's be serious when it comes to the fight against corruption. It doesn't matter who is involved in corruption, ni bululu watu, ni mwana watu, ni brother watu, ni wanchito watu, ni wapati member. Corruption ni corruption. Muntu akalakwa, chenti mlangize chilango. Number 2, tribalism and regionalism. We can hide all we can that these things are not there. The honest truth is that this talk has continued and it is there, it is visible. Mumanchito mwameneti sevenza omu. Kanipotism kaliko, titapite na mbali, chendi zivikamba vintu hivi. Kanipotism kaoneka kuti kaliko, bantu baleta wavi bululu babo, bantu baleta ma brothers babo, bantu baleta ma sisters babo. But I mean, government is not just for one specific individual, for one tribe, or for one family. Let's allow as many people as possible to work for our government, bane. We have seen that some of our friends, wanako privilege, watate babo, wanaka pa minister, watate hao, wanaka pa president, mwabaleta leta munembe nembe. It simply means ayo ma families yours yazamu pezeka yali muboma. Maebe nangu isetaka senza kwa iti muboma. We are asking that you should also consider people that have never worked in the government, but to show the interest, the zeal, and the vigor to just, work and do the work perfectly. What else can you work on? Our mineral resources are leaving our countries at a very bad rate. We were hoping that with the coming of the UPND, we would trust our own people to run some of these mines, but it looks like it's not happening. Tipempako, shall we entrust our people to run some of these government institutions and the government companies? We can't always trust the foreigners for solutions of our problems. In the end, what we are just seeing is that things that we are supposed to benefit as a country, they are benefit. We can't have a situation where when our people mine gold, when our people mine copper, when our people mine emerald, they're called illegal miners. Yet we have people that will come from as far as, America, as far as United Nations. It doesn't just make sense to have foreigners run some of our mines, and then when our people try to also earn a living from the same, we call them illegal miners. Let's find a way of helping them. The honest truth is that if we could run some of these mines by ourselves as a country, I think we could have done better. Tinga fike patari we so as a country tinga lemele na kulemela. But this thing that we are showing up pangono chabe tipe mpako, pangono chabe tipe mpako. That's why bakidelera. That's why mukaona baba yakumbuyo bapaka pakati hapa, because there is nothing that we can do. Bantu wane tipe mpako tandizo waka makuti, if you want us to support you, this is what we want you to do. Allow people to do what they want. Manje sure muntu pamene kuli instrument of power, ukaifake na instrument of power in that. Awe, let's have dignity. Let's support our very own people. I beg. Now say the last one. We can't pretend that the cost of living for an ordinary Zambian is just too high. Despite a number of things that we have achieved, the cost of living keeps on skyrocketing at a very fast speed. Supersonic speed, Ijanemakam. This is not what you promised us. Let's try the best we can to reduce the cost of living. Let's try the best we can to ensure that kasakakaunga bantu mutengo wagwako. Tenti yanganireko kuti mutengo wa fuel na wewe wachitako munga wagwako. These two, when they come down, na bantu wazatasha. I don't know what you are going to do. I'm not an expert, but you have advisors. That's why they get paid. They should give you an alternative of what you can do to reduce the cost of living. Otherwise, as things stand, Mwandini, tisapite mumbali, vadula vintu. And people are having it hard out there, Mwandini, tisapite mumbali. Some of you that are in government may not see it, because if you were osimugula, manyumba simulipida ma rentals. Voku javonse vibwela chabe, vinang vibwela as ma gift. But people out there, for every distance they have to get on a bus, they need to top up fuel. For every meal they need to buy. So Mandin Tisaname Boza, it's not normal. And we still believe, we haven't lost hope, some of us, that you can do better. And we keep praying for you to do better. When we speak, do not take it as hate. When we speak, do not take it as a sponsorship. We are just doing our honest part. Nimwa master guide, your president. The Pathfinder law is for me to keep the morning watch, do my honest part, care for my body, keep a level eye, be courteous and obedient, walk soft in the sanctuary, keep a song in my heart, and go on God's errands. That is the only thing that we are doing, sir. And being an elder of the church, you should understand why we do these things. It is not out of hate, it is out of love. We love you, and we want you to do better. And that's why we keep talking. Even as we talk, you should check some of our videos, some of us. We've never insulted you.
Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, J Cool, and turn on the notification bell, cause I'm gonna see you in the next video.